to Gran Turismo 7, and we're doing something a little bit different today because we're looking at adding a little bit more realism to some of our driving in PSVR. The other week I replaced my CSL DD wheelbase with the GT7 DD Pro wheelbase, which of course is PlayStation endorsed, PlayStation 5 compatible, and obviously all the wheels that I had from my CSL DD wheelbase are also compatible to that wheelbase. And one of the wheels in particular that's of interest is the McLaren GT3 wheel, which, if you know anything about the wheels from Fanatec, you'll know that the McLaren GT3 V2 wheel is actually one of the cheapest wheels you can buy for that force feedback system. Okay, blah 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 stuff there. Cars I've collected, and I've collected a couple of extra cars. I know it's showing at the moment. That's a Suzuki Cappuccino that is showing the interior of. A car that I absolutely actually adore. I sat in one many years ago and thought about buying one. It's a tiny little, two-seater sports car that was made for really the Japanese market, and for it complies to all the regulations of they're really small cars that you're allowed to drive in Tokyo if you don't have a permanent parking space. And I just loved that little car. But we're not going to be in that car. We're going to be in a different car. So we're going to change cars. So I've got a couple of other cars here that we can look at. First of all, since I've got a McLaren GT3 wheel, we've got here the 650S GR4, and then we have a 650S GT3 15. Now, one thing to note is if we go in and we'll change into the GR4 first. There we go. There's the wheel. Now, that wheel that you can see there on screen is exactly the same wheel that I've got in my hands and connected up to my rig. And by the same, I mean the Fanatec one is literally, let's do the home one. They added the Sakura part. They haven't added that to the locations you can do for the VR showroom. That's a shame. I thought they would have done something like Cherry Blossom themed, which they have for the flat screen version of the game because it's Cherry Blossom season in Japan. But they haven't got it in here. That's a shame. Oh well. We'll do it in this space. Well, these are more race cars, so I suppose we should really do it race side here. Okay. So there we go. There's the GR4. Lovely looking car. 650S. It means some business. And it's not that bright in here. Can we? No. It would have been brighter outside. Maybe I should have chosen a different location. Let's take that stepper back and that didn't give for a very good interior light. So let's go to the showroom. I should have thought about that. This has got a good bit more light, and no, there's light from the outside, but it's not so great to see on the inside. We've got anywhere that's got light coming from behind us. Maybe here. Oh, it's a lovely location, isn't it? A lot brighter. There we go. That's a lot brighter on the inside, isn't it? So this steering wheel here is basically the same as what I've got in my hands right now, and I'm just going to kind of reset my position a bit. That should be about right. So now if I'm to come in close and bring my head to the steering wheel, oh, that's a little bit off, so I need to be about here. Is that about right? Almost. Yeah, it's close. It's close. So, if I bring my head towards the steering wheel, it's literally sort of like you get to about here and pop, there's my head, pretty much where the steering wheel is. So I've got real life in my hands, this exact steering wheel, at 100% scale, at about the same, roughly the same distance from me. So that's another point of immersion that I'm going for here, where I can literally have the same wheel, albeit the twisty dials, or whatever you want to call them, the encoders. The one on the Fanatec only has 3 encoders and not 4. And I have the bottom left, where you have a button there, I've actually got a funky switch, and on the bottom right I've got a button, and there is a display which obviously I can't see in VR. That's where the middle encoder, top middle encoder is in real life. But other than that, it is really, really where it is in real life. So it can be quite convincing. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this car out. And put it on one of the tracks. Let's take a look as well. I've got a gift here. I'm going to open that. See if I get anything other than the minimum amount of money, which it usually likes to give me. The minimum amount of money. I thought it was going to give me the car there. It was like, ding, ding, minimum amount of money. Ooh. That's so annoying. I'm not disappointed at all. Yes, I am. I lie. I'm disappointed. I wanted more cars. Who doesn't want more cars, right? So, there we go. McLaren. Let's really go off to one of the circuits. Let's should we do some little quick stuff on a circuit, world circuit. Let's see. It's a nice, easy setup. There are some settings which are quite close, because obviously with different wheels there are different numbers of buttons in different locations. I wish that GT3's settings actually had more to do with all of the wheels that you can get for, say, the Fanatec series of wheels, because if you go into, say, the options and we go to controllers, you can see down here we have a thing here for the Fanatec GT Pro, and that's for the wheel. And when you look at the thing here on the wheel, it will show you that entire wheel with everything that's there. I don't have that wheel, by the way. I got like just the wheelbase as the GT Pro wheelbase. I didn't get the wheel with it. But that's the wheel that you can get for GT7 in particular, that was designed with the help of Gran Turismo. It's the official wheel, as it were. Now, also down here we have a Fanatec Podium. Now, that wheel I do actually own. So all of the buttons on that are actually where they are as well. So that's two wheels that they give you as an option there. And there is also the CSL Elite Racing wheel, which is the old CSL Elite that would be the geared version rather than the direct drive that I've got sitting on my rig in front of me. It would be nice if they could do this mapping here for all of the different Fanatec wheels. Would love to see that in GT7. Not a huge criticism, but it would be nice if we could do that, and it would make mapping wheels, especially in VR, easier to know which button does what, because it can be rather hard to figure out which button does what. Because if I look at this wheel and we see where, say, the create controls and the pause menu are, that isn't where they are on this wheel. For instance, down there, the pause menu is down on the right side of the bottom of the Podium Formula wheel. Whereas with the McLaren, it's actually on the right pit limiter button, which basically is kind of got like a big round circle around it and is hard to push in. It's very, make sure that you don't accidentally push that pause menu. There's no way you can accidentally push that pause button. It's the same with the option one on the left side of the McLaren wheel. There's no way that you can press that button and not mean it. But there you go. Other things are similar. There are two toggle switches on this wheel, and they do actually conform to what's on this, shown on this diagram. Funky switches do some different things there, but okay, we're good on that. So there we go. Let's get into a bit of something. So I'm going to go over to the World Circuits. I'm going to take a quick trip to Europe, and I think we'll go to Germany, to Nurburgring. Who doesn't like the Nordschleife? I don't think there's many people who don't like the Nordschleife. But before I do get onto the Nordschleife, I need to have a drink. Now, let's do, I think we'll go for a time trial in this car, and then we'll switch across to maybe the GT3, try a bit of a time trial in the GT3, maybe then pop into an arcade race, which should be interesting. Now, I'm no expert at the Nurburgring or the Nordschleife, so I expect to mess up. I really should memorise where my cup holder is on this rig. You'd think I'd have it by now, but I still don't have the proper clue of where that is all the time. Okay, recent circuit experience. No, not circuit experience, I want trial. There we go. So we're going to do the Nordschleife section. We'll leave off, or should we do the 24 hours? Should we do the 24 hours? Should we do we'll do the 24 hour. That's the longest version, I think, of it, isn't it? No? Or the endurance. Which version's actually different, I think? I don't know if they're the same. No, the 24 hour is the longest version. We'll do the 24 hour. We'll set the conditions. We're going to go for just afternoon, I think. Or that's evening. Afternoon, evening, sunny. Yeah, some clouds in the sky. Might be nice. So we're going to do a time trial. You know. Actually starting out by where you would expect to start from the normal race. I would have thought they would have started us out closer to the other start line out there, but they haven't. They've given us this run up here. So of the McLarens that I've got, obviously the GR4 is the slower of the two McLarens that I've got. A little bit underperforming next to, say, the GT3, but still enough performance to really make you think about it. But when it comes to immersion, of course, it's pretty damn cool. I've left up some of the readouts here, so you've got some idea of how long it's taking me to get round and things. So now we're on to the other start line of the Nordschleife section. This is of course where it gets interesting. And he's had a little bit of a crash already. Not much, that was just a touch. Up into 7th gear. We're going to chicken off a little bit there. Oh, and slow down. Be careful around here, I know it's deceptive and immediately careful with that reverse. That was such bad, that was bad, that was bad. I want to kind of realign this because I am slightly off centre here. Let me just... I thought that's going to let me... No. Am I still broadcasting? Yeah, I'm still broadcasting, that's good. Let's retry. I'm just up to... Why can't I did have one set. I know we had one set for... Oh, what is it? Is it that one? No. I know we had a button here for the, Hang on a moment. It's really annoying. I wanted to reset my view. It should have been that one. I've messed up, haven't I? Gonna messed up. Right, let's just get myself seated in the right position. We'll start again. Right, we ready? Good. That's better. Now I'm sitting comfortably. So now my hands... Oh, you can actually see my helmet reflected in the display there. I didn't realise that. Give myself a bad lap from the start there. That was cool. Hadn't seen that before. Okay, so we're out on the track section first. Like what I was saying, one of the important things is in here at the minute, this steering wheel and where my hands are and this rear wheel is basically pretty much one-to-one. Similar feeling material, force feedback that is kind of appropriate. That was a chickeny way to take that corner. That was a bad way to take that corner. Okay. Oh. It's a very weird motion that they've got going on with the fingers. It would be amazing if they could actually do hand tracking with this, especially since I actually have the, you know, the rear wheel. That'd be mind-blowing if they did that. That would just be, you know, rock my world. But they can't, so, or they don't, which is a shame because it would be so awesome. Maybe it'll be something that the PlayStation at some point will do. I certainly hope so. Still got another deceptive turn somewhere past here. This one down the bottom. Often forgotten that turn, to many people's demise. In 7th, come across to the right and brake in. It should have been this one, and the next one you gotta be gutsy. You can do it flat out if you got the guts. I don't know if I have. I've tried it anyway and I have done it. Calm around here. So easy to get that corner wrong. Aim for the signpost, over the hill and down into 2nd, 3rd, around the carousel. Careful on the exit, it can be very slippy there. Flat out for this one, and then you definitely need to brake for this corner. I know it seems like you shouldn't have to, but you do. And then again, we're down to second on this one. It's deceptive. And then I think mostly fourth around most of these. You're still got to be very cautious. On off the gas. Trying to get that nose in right. Careful, and this one's a definite deceptive corner. Mess up so easily on that one. And then up through the gears again. And then down again for this one. And then full up gas. Pile it on. This is the fun section. I love this bit. Careful on this one because it's another one that's a bit funny, deceptive. Second small carousel, that can also be nasty. If you take that wrong, that can really throw you out of it. Watch out for the little jank in the corner up here. And then we're just flat on the gas all the way up. Nice long bit of road. Oh, we can see the castle from here. Off down this big stretch, 7th gear. Just letting the car stretch its legs. No actual speed reading in this car. It's all about the RPM. Still flat on the gas, flat on the gas, easing off, and on the brakes, 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 all the way through down, and flat out again. And we're back to the tarmac section, the full-on tarmac section, it's all tarmac of course. But there we go, that was a bit of a bad run really, 9 odd minutes something. So, not exactly the best, but that was fun anyway. And it's, like I say, oh, wow, why did I want to do that? It's because I took my foot off the brake and let the car roll. That is cool. Basically, that is so cool. I love it. Right, so we can exit there. We've set something there. Next. So that's my best time off of the first time round with the car on that. So poor lap, obviously, like I say, but hey. Let's see where we are. Don't have anybody else that's done it on my board there who's done it with the McLaren. There you go. There's go beat it and stuff. That'll be nice. You can go beat my time. Be easy to beat, I'm very sure. Right, let's see. We're going to exit there. Next. And what we're going to do is I'm going to change my car. One thing I always wanted was to be able to change car from here more directly, but you can't, which is really annoying. You have to go all the way back up to, I think you have to go all the way back up to here, to our, there, we need to go to our garage. So that was the GR4. I'm going to change car now. We're going to try the GT3 version. Boom. Which again, as you can see there, very similar, familiar looking wheel, because that's the wheel that I'm holding in my hands right now, at a 100% size. So I have a 100% replica of that wheel. Let's go into the showroom there. That outside location there, that was lovely to be able to see the car in. Let's go get my controller. Where's my controller? There it is. Oh. And again, wow. For anybody that hasn't seen the ridiculous amount of detail they put into these cars, let's get in close and personal. That's your brake disc, and see where it's even got like the tiny writing on the wheel there. Can't make that out precisely, but you can see like the Pirelli and all of this, and the wire on there, and your pull cord to open the door. And if we sit inside here, you can see there the reflections off the windscreen, where you've got that sun visor part there. And this wheel is basically as it is in my hands. Yep, that's actually lined up. So I've literally actually just touched those dials with my PSVR2, and they are where they are. That's actually in a perfect alignment. That is actually a perfect alignment. So when I put my hands on here, you know, reaching out to where the wheel is, I know you can't see my hands. I wish they do something like a hand tracking or whatever to do that. That would be so amazing. But you can see exactly there. Of course, the Fanatec wheel actually has some other paddles in behind it for the double clutch system, which you don't have in this car. But hey, it is what it is. But just wow. Okay, so you know, that is literally the same wheel that I've got, except for obviously the real one would have actual carbon fibre in the build, whereas because this is the cheapest wheel that Fanatec do for here for the their wheelbases, it comes in at like about €200. So it's one of the cheapest wheels that you can get, and it's a good size. I think it's 300mm wheel. Feels good in the hands. Definitely, I think is good bang for the buck. Feels pretty damn solid as a wheel, and like I say, if you want that immersion factor, it's really good for all of the sort of like your your GT3s and similar, where you have this sort of funky wheel design, which is the no top, no bottom type of wheel design. It does quite good for all of those, and I think it's one of the other things that's fair to say of any other cars that you're in. The ideal is to have a 100% replica. If you can't have a 100% replica, then as close to the same size and type of wheel just brings it home that little bit more, that realism into here. But we're going to go for a little bit of action. And we're going to go back out to, we'll go for the Nordschleife again, just get used to that, and then we'll try something. So we're now in the GT3, 2015 model, I'm guessing. That's why it's the 15. I'm going to go to Nurburgring, and we're going to do a time trial there, and we're going to do the 24-hour version, which is the big full distance, and we're going to do afternoon again. Alright, we're ready. So it'll be a slightly different beast to the last car, but of course has the familiar thing of a very similar interior. Slightly different, but obviously
Jesus, his son, and his unbrookable red blood, died to forgive us of every wrong deed.
No, I don't want religious text stuff coming through to my speech. I hate automated bots or automated stuff that people put into chatbots, Windows and things like that. Should not be done. That's kind of annoyed me. Okay. Concentrate. Get back into it. I'm in a McLaren. I have a GT3 wheel in front of me. Both virtually and physically. Where the real world meets the virtual. Oh no! I need to be more cautious on that. That's one crash, that's not good. It is scaringly real to feel that the wheel that I'm holding in my hands is the same as the one that I can see here. It does give you that extra bit of realism, like I say. It is a very pretty game, this as well. So it grows ever more. Oh, remember where I am on the track, and this deceptive turn here for a start. Oopsie, too much. See, that's where I was used to the GR4 already, and there is a difference here between power on that. Don't forget, this is another dodgy corner. So there's a few differences, obviously, between the GR4 and the GT3. The GT3 is a little bit more of a wild ride. It should be flat out. Be gutsy, be gutsy, be gutsy, be brave, yes. And be cautious. And then be brave again. That's what this is about. Oh, I love it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. So much on the gas, on the brake, on the gas off it, half gas, full gas, down, brake, full gas, brake, bit of accelerator, and full gas, and then watch out for the dodgy corner on the gas there, and across, and then we come to this hair raising section here. And the haptics actually came into play there on a bit of that. Oh. And watch out, there's a bit of a kink in the road here. If you try to flat it out, it's not always great, but we'll go there. How are we doing? So, not a very good lap, I know, dreadful. I've had a few upsets. I'm going to try one more, see how we play up against my Ghosty. And I'm off already. No. Right. Let's... Oh, why did you do that? I wouldn't press the wrong button. Let's exit that. Oh, there is a big smile across my face, I swear. Okay. So, not really a great time, but it's the first one that I've set. I will do better than that in future, but for my reckoning, it's just, that was so much fun. Let's try a quick arcade race of this. Okay, we're going to do an arcade, and we'll do the same 24-hour. We want to do afternoon. Do I want to try professional level? I don't think so, because let's face it, I'm not good enough for professional level. Possibly I'll make a mistake, whereas the professional level probably won't. Arcade single race, and we're going to do number of laps, 1, rolling start. Seems fair enough. Or should we, can we change that to let's just make sure of the tyres. See, I've been going around with racing hard tyres there. Probably advisable. We're in intermediate, we'll keep to that. Is it possible to change how many laps we're doing? No. I wish it'd be nice if there's a way to see about changing the laps I was doing. But I don't know if you could there. I didn't see if there was. But we're just going to do it. I'm sorry, I'm going to apologise straight from the start. I went and looked over at the map. Let's get rid of, I'm going to take the map off and stuff like this. Where's the thing for the, breaking, I want the HUD off. I'll do retry. Settings. Display settings. Race info. Off. Off. So, race off, off, off. We're going for the full immersion here. There we go. Display settings. And we're just going to do that good. So that should hopefully do us. Right. Oh, we're ready. I'm facing forwards. And foot's on the ground. Continue. Not going to overly concern myself with anything apart from my own race. Try to keep it good there. He's indicating that he's staying left. Thank you. Right. Sneaky overtake. Forcing me out to the outside there. That was nasty. Down there, got a couple of cars there. They're way off in front there now. Oh. Okay, gotta be brave to catch them. Up the hill on the brakes. We're chasing. Remember to respect some of these corners because Some of them look like they won't be dangerous, but they are in fact very dangerous. Careful with this one. Almost that was as far to the limit by Mr. Aldi. Don't know where I am in terms of position. Just absolutely immersed in it. Just try to remember where I am on the track, ready for the braking on this one, and down a gear, in across, 5th gear, keep your flat out, be brave, flat out on this next one, come across to the right and full right, otherwise you're going to end up at that side, and full on the brakes, and patience. You got this signboard there to aim for, slip it in just nicely and into the carousel, chasing them round, careful you don't come out wrong. Oh, a little bit of a lift there, braking, otherwise you'll end off there, and then again braking down to 2nd, all the way up, come on, 4th, and then down to 3rd, and keeping it there together. Just chasing them, making sure that I don't want to come off. I want to be cautious where I need to be. Fun section coming up. Oh, we see the sparks come off from there. I didn't want to come in, I wasn't sure where he was there. There we go. Up there. Can we make it to this next guy? Can we catch up? Can we catch up? This is the big question. Come on, come on. And come on, get those extra legs. You're going across the left. I'm coming across the left in front of you. There we go. Careful with what we're doing here. Still on the gas, off it a little bit, and brakes. Nice and clean. On the gas all the way to the finish. Did we get first? We did! We got first, we got the money in full-on realism mode. We like that. That's just the intermediate though. Mistakes were made as well. But, wow! I love it. Oh, yes. Yes. We like that. Definitely like that a lot. So yeah. Oh, that's what this is about. That is what this is about. Having some good times, having some fun, being able to do something like that. Started in, was it 7th or 8th place. None of the HUD in there. Got a full-size replica wheel of the wheel that is in there in VR. Good type of setup on your rig, so that everything kind of lines up. VR and a beautiful looking game like Gran Turismo 7. That is, basically, unless I put some shakers on all four sides of my rig and got like motion rig and all of that set up on here, I don't think there's any way other that I could get this to feel more real than what I've got it at the minute. And that would be a major amount of expense, and it is expensive already. Obviously, I think this is much as real as I can get it, and as much fun as I can get it in there as well for that. Of course, you can have a lot of fun without some of the other accessories. You can have fun with some of the lower force feedback wheels and just with the sense controller. But I've got to say, oh, that's just crazy how good that feels to do that. I also, I should say, when I got the new wheelbase, I also got myself the Fanatec shifter for it as well. So that hooks in so that I can also do my manual cars as well, because I like to have the manual cars. And if you get the shifter for the Fanatec one and you plug it in without reading the instructions, because I just thought, oh yeah, it's just a shifter, plug it in, there's a big slider thing that lets you go from H pattern to what do you call it? H pattern or the other way of doing it. What I didn't realise was, of course, that it uses like HAL sensors or whatever in there. So you actually have to calibrate the gearbox. The Fanatec gearbox, you actually have to calibrate it. Otherwise, you're going to end up with it going into the wrong gear constantly because it hasn't been calibrated properly. So, please, if you do actually get the H pattern shifter as well at some point for a Fanatec, make sure that you calibrate it when you plug it into your wheelbase, because otherwise you're going to end up with gears being in the wrong place. But that was hella fun. I'm going to leave it there. Probably quite a short stream, I suppose, especially for a surprise one. But I just wanted to share a little bit of the fun, really. Hope you all enjoyed it. Anybody who came in, I know I had some weird bot in my chat that wanted to give off religious quotey stuff, and that's not good. Gonna ban that bot because I'm not that channel. It's all about the VR and the racing and the having fun. here. So, yeah. What can I say? Great fun, next level immersion. That does it for me. I loved it. I can't express how happy it makes me feel when you have something like that. The adrenaline, you know, the adrenaline rush you get from this is simply speaking incredible. It really is. It just always seems to blow my mind. If you've got a PSVR2 and you've got Gran Turismo, you know, what can I say? It's enjoyable across the board, but I just think being able to add that little bit of extra realism sometimes just really does add to the experience, really does make you feel like you're sitting there in the car. And that's one of the things I love about virtual reality, that it's giving me the ability to do something that I will never get to do in real life. I will never get to run a race in a GT3 car like the McLaren 650S GT3 around the 24-hour Nordschleife, you know. It's just something I will never get to do in real life. But here in the virtual world, I can. And this stuff, having, like I said, a full-on 100% scale wheel and all of that right there, and virtual reality, just makes it feel so much more connected and so close to being real. You know, the Gran Turismo 7, Gran Turismo finally earns its moniker of the real racing simulator. Yeah? The real driving simulator, as it were. It's the real driving simulator, like they say there. So, if you want it to be, you know, you want the real driving simulator experience, I can't recommend enough making sure that, like, the wheel that you've got in your hands is of similar type or replica to one of your cars, is as close to the car that you're driving as possible. In this case, because this McLaren wheel is available for the Fanatec, it just makes it that much more. Right, I've said my piece. Piece has been said. Experience has been had. Have fun. Take a look at the channel, the rest of it. Subscribe if you want to. I'll be around now and again. I know I'm unreliable and up and down all over the place with some of this. But, yeah, there'll still be more bits where I come back, and there's loads of content from years ago of VR content from PSVR, PC, racing content, different things like that. Yeah, take care. Bye-bye. Good night. Auf Wiedersehen. You know. Yasminasai. Where's the button? Button is here. Bye.